So I'm going to be doing a solo post today because Ben is sick. Ben, aka the Sheriff of Nottingham, aka the Sheriff, is seasick again. I don't know how many days out at sea this is. I think it might be the 7th whole day at sea. So this is kind of shitty that he's still sick, and yeah, it's just annoying. Anyway, yesterday was kind of a big day. I almost got thrown overboard. Not by anyone in particular. We were doing some sail work, and we had just entered the trade winds, and so the wind was to our back, and we didn't want to throw, and that messed up the main. So the captain decided that we would take down the main, and since the staysail needs repair, that's down as well, and we'd put the jib up. And so in the process of taking down the main, we were supposed to drop it, and I guess I missed the window opportunity. It didn't drop all the way or whatever, and so it still had some little air in it, and it needed to get pulled all the way down and then folded over the boom. And we were all trying to tug it down, and I just jumped on the, sort of jumped and grabbed on the edge of the sail, and it caught some wind and just bucked me right off, and threw me right towards, basically right overboard. There's a guardrail on the deck, kind of. It goes up about 2.5 feet. I just sort of caught it right. I caught it right at like my middle left abdomen. So it's super sore, and there's a huge bruise right there. And just got inverted, and I didn't even know what the fuck was going on. I was pretty much sure I was gonna fall right overboard, and then. In the process of all, I didn't realize the reason that I wasn't falling overboard wasn't the guardrail I flew into. It was our crew member Aaron, who just, like a fucking spider monkey, came out of nowhere, saw me just get thrown off, and just moved into action and just caught me. So that shook me up a little bit in the beginning, but then we had to go back to work and continue tying up the fucking main and then putting up the jib. I mean, the entire thing was it was fucking bush league though, because I kept falling all over the place. Like, it kind of made like a slippery deck and shit like that. I fell probably like 4 or 5 times in the half-hour process of doing this. Just like on my ass, on my elbow, like just constantly falling and shit. And I don't know. It was a lot of sail work. I mean, we started in the middle, maybe early, I can't tell what time we started, but next thing I knew it was fucking like 3:40, we were all bushed. I made some sandwiches for people, and took a nap. Then I made some banana bread for Pedro, because when we set off sail, I asked all the crew members to pick something from my book that they wanted, and he wanted banana bread. This was sort of like an abortion, though, of banana bread, because it's sort of like, oh, well, here's the recipe, let's throw in some chocolate chips. That definitely should have been chopped, but I didn't bother. I ran out of pecans, so I ended up throwing in almonds as well. And that was, like, kind of a disaster, because I, threw them on the frying pan to sort of toast them until fragrant, then I sort of forgot, so it started burning and shit. So, that happened. Yeah, but it came out just alright. I have to start over again, try it again sometime later. I did have a good idea for it though. Next time I do banana bread, I might consider melting down peanut butter and mixing it into the wet ingredients. Seeing if that does anything. So it's and then maybe chopping up my chocolate chips. So it'd be like chocolate chip peanut butter banana bread. So it's like a messed up peanut butter and jelly sandwich. Or I could put swirls of jelly in it. That could be really fucking interesting. I don't know, actually. That could be kind of cool. Yeah, it's just, the days are starting to blur together. I'm living shift to shift. Being sort of separated from the internet has really done wonders for my sort of perception of what I need and what's important. I love the internet. I kind of miss it, but there's definitely times when I'm like, shit, I need to look that up because I need to use certain scientific things. I want to maybe analyze the electricity usage that's going on here, and just you know, my basic physics 142 knowledge is not enough. I just forgot a lot of it. And it'd be nice to like call up Jonathan and be like, hey dude, how does this work? Or am I thinking about this the right or wrong way? But you're just completely isolated out here. You know, what you have is what you can remember or what you have in a book that you brought. I didn't bring any of my fucking science textbooks. I'm just really flying by the seat of my pants with some of the shit I do here mathematically as well. I've been charged with the task of charting our course on a large chart and sort of like giving time estimates of when we'll be there and figuring out sort of our average speed and shit. And I don't really have a computer at my disposal. I sometimes can borrow Ben's fucking iPhone and use it as a calculator. But like, I've been messing around with the idea of like, you know, given two coordinates, because I have a GPS, that's the best I have. I like, you know, where are we in the world, GPS style. I've sort of thought about, I've been thinking about the fastest way to figure out the distance between 2 points if you give them to me on the globe, the shortest distance on the globe between 2 points, if you give me the GPS coordinates. And so I've come up with like an algorithm. It just needs a calculator that can do trigonometric shit, and yeah, it's pretty accurate if you count in the rounding errors. If you're like super precise, you can get it down. So I like checked my number versus the GPS we have on board that was doing a plot, and I was only like 4 nautical miles off or some shit. It's something ridiculously small, which means nothing when you're in an ocean. Like, you look around you and there's just nothing. So that's good. It's not a fast algorithm, but like it's just conversion from spherical coordinates to Cartesian coordinates, and then using linear algebra to sort of dot two vectors and shit and figure out the cosine of the angle. Yeah, I mean, my time on board's been pretty much spent just sort of chilling, waiting for the shoe to drop, waiting for the sail work to happen, occasionally thinking about this navigation problem, getting some time estimates for when we're going to get to Hawaii. If all things goes according to plan, we'll get to Hawaii before I thought we would, which is cool. Or maybe even just right on time, actually. So, despite the late start, we could very well get there by the 6th or 7th. I don't know. I just sort of... I had my first actually pleasant night shift last night, where I just got my headphones on and just sat in front of the control board where we have our autopilot and our GPS and just watched the jib sort of take wind and listen to music and just sort of chilled there. It's pretty decent. Other than that, I don't really think I'm sleeping so well. I've definitely gained weight. So all I've been doing is sitting and eating. We've been eating like champions because the lady on deck, Ari, who is basically the head chef, is just awesome. She's cooking up great shit all the time. Probably this is the best I've eaten in fucking since I come home for winter break and shit. So it's rather unfortunate that I have to squander all this energy just by sitting down waiting to do shit. I suppose I could work out, but like it doesn't seem like a smart thing to do. Yeah, nothing else to say. I've been practicing my knots, so maybe I can be like a junior deputy sheriff of Nottingham. I don't really know about that. And this do-rag is really working wonders for me. I'm really digging it. Looks good. Feels good. Keeps my hair out of my eyes. The only problem is it's hard to put a headlamp over, so I'm considering moving over to a bandana. Things are getting into a groove. We'll see what happens in the next couple of days. Maybe people start to get a little stir crazy. I'm not really sure. I'm personally content just to take my downtime and sleep it away. I don't really have to do anything interesting, and this is my vacation as far as I'm concerned. Thanks for watching.